Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Draft Day Sports Pro Basketball 22 with the Orlando Magic. Um, Last episode was we played through about, you can see, about half the season. We came out 20-16. Not great. Honestly, not great given what we did in the offseason, bringing in DeAndre Ayton to pair along with Zach LaVine, drafting the rookie Adam Davis at number 3 overall. It just hasn't clicked so far. So we'll take a look really quick at the insights, see if we can figure out what the issue is, maybe take a look at some of the stats, and then do some simming and see what we can do to turn our season around. So it's our defense. Offensively, we're 4th in the NBA in points per game. We are 22nd in points allowed. I think I changed all this previously. Lineup tracking. What's the worst plus minus we have? Walker, yeah, it looks like most of our worst offenses or our worst overalls plus minus involve Kemba Walker out there. So I think we made the right decision not to bench Kemba. Offensive rating. Best offensive rating for us is Walker, LaVine, Giannini. Well, that's only in 16 minutes. Let's do it this way. Man, our offensive rating is crazy good with Ayton, Isaac, Davis, LaVine, and Suggs out there. Walker, LaVine. I'm looking at the offensive rating. I guess I should be looking at the defensive rating, right? Because the higher the number, the better. So what's our worst defensive rating? In substantial minutes, I guess. Yeah, Kemba Walker. And that's only 78 minutes, but... Okay, this is weird. I guess look at net rating. The worst net rating... Yeah, okay. Trying to remember... Hang on a second. Right, so the lower the defensive rating, the better. That's kind of what I thought. Yeah, we've played so many different lineups, it's hard to tell. But our starting lineup, I expected this with Ayton and Isaac to be in the front court to be a better defensive front court than it is, but it's just not. Efficiency, I don't really care. Yeah, efficiency. These are interesting ratings. Wow. I didn't even know all this was in here. Okay. All right, well, where are we? We had just changed our defense, right? We have an attack defense with the hope that running people into the paint, we can run out at shooters, and if they drive, we have Ayton and Isaac back there to try to help defend. Now, that being said, do we want to make any? Because Davis's defense, he's got a 67 defensive ability. Isaac is an 85. Ayton is a 79. Yeah, I don't understand the struggles on defense. Even Jalen Suggs is above average. Giannini's a 62. Yeah, I mean, defensively, we should be better than we are. Is it the style of offense? Maybe if we slow the pace down a little bit? Or do we want to... Let's increase the defensive intensity. See if that works. All right, let's sim a few games and see how the next, couple weeks go. So game 1 against the Nuggets. 108-102 win. So that's a good one. And if you can hear, I've got my coffee sitting in a cup holder right next to me, and it kind of gets jammed in there, so it makes noise every time I take it out, so I apologize for that. But we win 108-102. Good second and third quarters there for us defensively. Suggs had 27, 8, and only had 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. Suggs 27, 20 and 10 for Levine. Giannini with 12 off the bench. Okay. A win's a win. So we are 5 games over 500 now. Got a notification. Hopefully it's not something bad. Mac Tully has a problem with our coach. I don't care. I mean, he was our first-round pick, but 1.5 star, 1.5 star. I'm not too fussed about him. He doesn't like the coaching staff. He doesn't like the team. Well, tough. Winning cures all. All right, at home now against the Mavericks is another win. 129-119. Looks like another good game for Jalen Suggs. Luka, look at that triple-double. 39 points, 22 assists, 13 rebounds. Wow, he's good. 36 points for Suggs, 36 points, 9 assists, 20 and 14 for Ayton, 20 for Levine, 17 for Davis, Isaac with 12, Tillman 11 off the bench. Good game. Very good game here. At least defensively. We still got up 120 points, but that's fine. And we have to start to think about what we want to do as we get close to the trade deadline. I think... Here, let's play this game. Hopefully we can win on the road. Nope. 124-117 loss. Look at the box score, and then we'll take a look at the roster real quick. So Levine 23, Suggs 24, Isaac 23, 6 and 11 for Davis. Giannini had 13 off the bench. Butler, Adebayo, Alanovic, and Harrow all scored in double figures for the Heat. So, What do we need? What do we need at the trade deadline? I mean, I think we're set in the backcourt with Suggs, Begarin, Giannini, Levine, and then Tony Davis if we need him, who's more of a defensive guy than anything else. Isaac and Davis as our small forwards. I think we need a big man. Honestly, I think we need a big man, and it might be at the expense of Franz Wagner, who just isn't working for us, for us. 7 points, 1.5 assists, 2.5 rebounds a game. And it's been an ongoing thing. I mean, first year he was a starter for us, played 32 minutes a game, scored 10 a game, then scored 9. I mean, he's playing and he's shooting pretty well, shooting over 50% from the floor. He's just not shooting enough. I mean, he's over 40% from three-point land, 50% from the field for good, or for across the board. He's just not shooting enough. So that may be something we take a look at here over the next couple of weeks. We need to be able to start winning road games is what we need to do. We are 10 and 11 on the road. Make it 10 and 12 on the road. And a team incident now. So we win 2 games to start, then lose 2 games. Now we have a team incident. Kemba was mouthing off, except Kemba wouldn't do that. All right, we'll talk to Kemba, but that's not a Kemba Walker. That's not how Kemba Walker is. We'll talk to Kemba, tell him to change his attitude. Kemba's going to get really mad. That's not Kemba Walker. That's not his thing. All right, well, let's take a look at the trade blocks. The Hawks are 35 and 4. Wow. Let's take a look at some trade blocks from teams that aren't very good, and maybe they'll... So they want to trade Mick Bailey. So would you do Bailey for Wagner? It's not cap legal. What if I take Obi Toppin back? I'm not kidding. Well, I mean, you have him on the trade block, so I figured I'd ask. Because if we can get a head start on, I mean, the AI goes nuts at the trade deadline. You guys have seen that. They make 1,000 deals, but I I either want somebody who signed, like if I could package Wagner and Kemba and get somebody who's really good but only signed through this year, that might be the way to go. So let's just take a quick scroll through some of the bad teams and see if anybody's got anything they might be willing to part with. There's Okiki. We could bring him back. Averaging 12 a game for a bad Detroit team. Houston. No. Clips. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. There's Wendell Carter. We could bring him back. Oh, that actually may not have been a bad thing. There's Morant. Jaren Jackson, he's signed for 3 years. And at $27 million a year, which I'm not interested in. Tyler Herro. The Bucks, they want to trade. No, Giannis doesn't play for the Bucks anymore in this world, does he? He plays for the Nets, I think. There's nobody there. $40 million for Chris Middleton, really? Towns, Anthony Edwards. I don't even really know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a power forward or a center. Valanciunas. I would have to send more money that way. I don't really have anybody else to send that way. Wagner, Kemba Walker, and Xavier Tillman for Jonas Valanciunas. I mean, it makes us less deep. Well, can we do this? All right, so that trade would make you too weak at center. No, it wouldn't. I'm giving you Al Horford. Oh, that's a trade I would like to make. Oh, well. Okay. So I can't make that deal yet. RJ Barrett, PJ Washington. Okay, see. Who do they have? They're always willing to make a deal. Drummond. And Darius Baisley. Suns. We already took Ayton from them. Is there anybody else you want to take from them? Not particularly. Phoenix, Portland, 10-29. The Portland Trailblazers. Vujacic. I mean, look at Vujacic's ratings. 86 inside, 54 jumper, 84 free throw, 81 scoring. He's a good rebounder. He's really bad defensively, so it doesn't help our defensive ratings. But Wagner wasn't particularly good defensively either. And that really that puts us even further over the cap next season, which I'm not averse to, but our owner's going to be pissed. So I'll keep that in the back of my mind. We could bring Vujacic back to Orlando. I would be good with that. What about Richaun Holmes? You willing to give him up? Whoa, okay. That wasn't expected. I wasn't expecting them to take that, but there's our deal. There is our trade deadline deal. I wish there was a way to see if the game would be interested in doing that. So we just pick up Richaun Holmes to back up at center for us. Ayton is out for a game. What is this thing doing to our lineup? Oh, I see. I put Isaac. No, let's do this. Restore the lineup. For now, we will switch Ayton and Holmes. Because Holmes is a stud defensively. Yeah, I mean, he's inside. He's going to be a good shooter. He's a good rebounder, but he's another stud defense. He's averaging 16 and 7 a game. So we just really bolster our inside presence. Isaac, let's swap these two. Let's swap these two. And we may need to rethink this now that we're a little weaker. Well, I guess we're not really weaker offensively. We've got, when we go back to our normal lineup, our bench will be Holmes, Giannini, Begarin, Tully, and we need to sign a couple players. So we need to sign... Who's the best scorer out there? Al Horford. He was immediately cut by Sacramento. Bryn Forbes, Dario Saric. We'll sign Brook because he can play defense. And then I guess we don't really need him with Cauley Stein and Holmes out there. Reggie Jackson. And we'll save that last roster spot for right around the trade deadline. All right, so let's sim through this day. We'll get our lineup reset up with Ayton out there. All right. So swap Holmes and Ayton. Swap Cauley Stein and Holmes. Tillman is going to play less. Holmes is going to play more. Sorry. I know. Isaac's playing 30. Holmes needs to play more than that. Holmes needs to play more than that. So let's do this. Tillman's not bad, don't get me wrong, but that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted Holmes to be up at the top so I could see what was going on. All right. So we got Suggs Levine playing 36 minutes, Davis playing 30, and we can add some minutes here to... I think the plan is to do something like this. So we'll go power forward, and then power forward, power forward, power forward, power forward, power forward, power forward, power forward. So that gets Holmes out there 30 minutes a game. Now we need to get more minutes for Isaac, and I think we do that here. Small forward, small forward, small forward. I think we do that there. And then... Yeah, 26 minutes for Davis. That gets us 30 for Holmes. Davis isn't going to play quite as much, and that means our closing lineup will be Suggs, Levine, Isaac, Ayton, and Richaun Holmes. So 3 players who can play really good defense and a couple of pretty good scores. So I think, hopefully, that helps our defense. Let's see how things go here against the Clippers. 116 to 85 win. So defensively, that was what we were looking for. Ayton, 20 points, 17 rebounds, 31 for Levine, 20 and 9 for Holmes off the bench. Perfect. Yeah, this worked well. So we are really 8 deep. Isaac, Davis, Ayton, Suggs, Levine, Holmes, Giannini, Begarin, and I guess Tillman, whose playing time is going to get reduced now. He's not going to be thrilled about that, but, you know, what are you going to do? Okay. I mean, the Clippers are bad, so don't get me wrong, but that was a good deal, I think. All right. Let's keep going. Sim another day or two, and then just take a quick look at the standings and see where we lie. On the road now against the Spurs. Invalid roster settings. Somebody gets hurt immediately because, of course, they do. It is Suggs. How long is he out for? Hopefully it's just a day or two. One game. All right. So Reggie Jackson will be our backup point guard for this one. Bam, 116 to 93. So back-to-back really solid defensive outings for this team since we picked up Richaun Holmes. Holmes at 24 points, 10 rebounds off the bench for Holmes. 8 and 33 points and 11 rebounds. Levine only had 12 points, but 7 rebounds, 6 assists. So that's good. So back-to-back really solid defensive outings for us. Now we're at home again. We can get Suggs back out there and Big Garin. And I need to make sure that trash time is set because I don't want my better players playing in trash time. So Cauley Stein, Tillman, him, and him. All right, there's our trash time lineup. And I got to set our OT lineup too. I forgot to do that. So that is I guess that's how I want it. So all right. Yeah, I mean, we're really going 8 deep. It might not be bad to see if we can find a backup. I don't know. We got Davis there if we need somebody. The problem is if we get hurt in the backcourt, we're not particularly deep. As you saw, we just had to start Reggie Jackson. So maybe we swap Tillman for a backup point guard. So let's look for a point guard. Let's look for a 2.5 or 3-star point guard that is on the trade block. Maybe somebody who can shoot a little bit. Would help if he was on the trade block. Who's that? Devin Booker. Utah Jazz. Malachi Flynn. He can't really, or he's not. He might be able to shoot, but he can't shoot this year. 12 and 31 Raptors. Ouch. Jacob Podol. I know that's not how you say it. I know it's not Podol. Poodle? I can't remember how you pronounce his name. Spurs are 20 and 20. DeJounte Murray. Devin Dotson. I wish one thing. Wolverine Studios, if you guys are watching this, I don't know if you watch my stuff, but if you do, give us the ability to just click on their name here and pull up their profile. That would make life so much easier. Yeah, Dotson's not particularly good. So I guess we'll start at the top. Let's see if the 36-6 Hawks are interested in trading with the second place team in their division. I don't think they are, and they don't have anybody that I want. Michael Porter Jr., Bradley Beal, Trae Young, John Collins, Clint Capella. Wow. Celtics, Marcus Smart, he signed for too long. Smart would have been a pretty good option if he was only signed for 1 year. What about Tybal? When we talk about defense, Tybal for Tillman? Damn, there we go. All right. So he's not going to play a whole lot. Why did it do this? Go back to the way we had it, please. He's not going to play a whole lot. But what do I I mean, he's as good defensively as there is in the NBA. I feel like he needs minutes. Now. And I don't really want to take out Giannini because he's actually been playing some pretty decent basketball. If you look at his game log, 14, 12, 6, 13, 8, 15, 6 over the last couple of weeks. So he's played pretty well here over the last 2 weeks or so. Maybe we just get him a couple of minutes here and there. And have Levine run the point a couple of minutes. I'm okay with that, I guess. We'll see how it works. I mean, he'll end up playing some due to injuries and whatnot. But all right, we are at home now against the Cavs. 112-95. Yeah, and I would say that the changes we've made have helped our defense. I think that's 4 straight games holding opponents under 100 points. 19 for Levine, 22 for Suggs, 18 and 10 for Ayton, 22 and 9 for Begarin off the bench, or for Holmes off the bench. Begarin was 7. All right. So our offseason acquisitions minus Ayton didn't make it past the end of January, but I think that was for the best. All right, we are at home now against the Knicks, and it's another win, 132-102. Where is it? Right there. 40 points for Levine and 11, double-double, 6 assists for Zach, 19, 9, 7 for Ayton. No points for Davis, but 11 boards, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals for Jonathan Isaac, 10 points for Holmes off the bench, 17 for Begarin off the bench. Tybal plays 2 minutes, has a rebound, an assist, a steal, and a block. Giannini with 8. Yeah, I think he's going to work well in case of injury, because if we have to play Levine at the point, which I'm not crazy about, but if I have to play Levine at the point, that gives me another option in the backcourt. Now we've got like 4 elite defensive players on our team. So I think that helped us. All right, we're at home again, this time against the Suns. 107. Yeah, our defense is cruising now, guys. 107-80 over the Suns. Our defense is becoming a nightmare to play against. Levine, 26, 19 points, 23 rebounds for DeAndre Ayton, 17 and 6 for Suggs, 12 for Begarin off the bench. A couple of good games in a row for him. And if you look at our schedule, since we made the deal, right here, we made the deal for Richaun Holmes after this 108-95 loss. 85, 93, 95, 102, and 80. Our defense has been outstanding in this 5-game winning streak. And that's what happens when you add 2 kind of all-world defensive players to your roster, right? On the road against a bad Trailblazers team, 123-98. So there we go. 6 wins in a row for your Magic. What do we got going on here? Holmes, 20 and 12 and only 19 minutes off the bench, 8 and 25 and 15. We had 4 double-doubles. Davis, 12 and 10, 8 and 25 and 15. Levine, 33 and 10, and Holmes, 20 and 12. We had 65 rebounds to their 35. Wow. I think Holmes is signed through next year, right? Yeah. Cool. Well, that is a trade that worked out well for us so far. 6 straight wins. Let's keep going. We are at home against the Heat. And another win. And another opponent under 100 points. And we have a team incident. We just won 7 games in a row. What the hell are you guys doing? Isaac and Begarin. Ugh. I don't want to offend either of them. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave that one alone. Let's look at the box score. Ooh, 85-66. 117-96. 30 points for Zach. 8 fouls out in 10 minutes of action. Holmes has 20 points. Brook Lopez has to play and gets 10 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a couple of blocks. Giannini with 10 points. So some good action off the bench here. 52 points from the bench. That works. Levine, 30 points and 11 assists. I'll take it. So is that 8 in a row? We're playing well. Playing well. On the road in Madison Square Garden. 105-88, another opponent under 100 points. Well, whatever was going on with our defense, I think we've cured it. Suggs with 29 and 7. Another 10-rebound game for Davis. He's not scoring a ton right now, but, I mean, I'll take it. 9 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. Sure. Ayton with a double-double. Holmes with 18 off the bench. Yeah, he's okay being on the bench, right? Yeah. Giannini was 7. Bagarin, 5.6 assists. We were up 27-10 at the end of the first quarter. We'll get to the end of February and we'll pause and we'll take a look at standings and whatnot. We are home again. Another win, another opponent under 100 points, another blowout, 114-86. Balanced scoring again. Suggs, 24.7 rebounds, 6 assists. Ayton with another double-double, 17 for Zach, 14, 6, 3, and 2 for Isaac. 21 and 13 for Holmes off the bench. All right, let's go. And I don't think we need to make any trade deadline deals. I think we got ahead of it, right? We made the 2 deals that we needed to make, and I think we're in good shape. On the road against the Grizz, and we have invalid roster. Who is hurt? Isaac is out for 2 days. All right, so we will start Lopez. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm going to start Lopez, but he can't play that much. What do I want to do here? So Cauley Stein will get some run at center. And Holmes will play more there. Yeah, that'll work. 10. He's going to play the entire fourth. Is that really what I want? I think for the time being it is. Certainly don't want Brook Lopez playing small forward, though. All right, that'll work. Yeah, that'll work for now. It's only a couple of days. On the road against Memphis, and we finally lose 108-98. That ends our, whatever it was, 9-game winning streak. Let's look. We had won, let's see. We had won 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row. Then we lost 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then lose 1. So 4 and 9. We're 13 and 3 in our last 16 games. I'll take it. All right, so we got to sim ahead, and we should be able to just reset our lineups and get Isaac back out there. Let's go depth. Holmes is out for 2 days now. Okay. Well, he's on the bench, so they'll just sub around him. What? No. That's what I wanted to do. Yeah, they'll just sub around him for this game against the Celtics. At home, there we go, 119-98. So back on the winning trail. Again, holding an opponent under 100 points for the 9th time in the last 10 games. I had Jaylen Brown on the bench. What the hell? That, outside of Tate, I mean, this team should be, whatever. It's not my problem. Not my team, not my problem. What do we got going on? Suggs, 31 points, 7 assists, 22 and 19 for Ayton. Davis goes scoreless. Somehow Isaac committed 7 fouls in this game. That doesn't seem real, but whatever. Yeah, just a solid victory. 14 for Bagarin off the bench. I'll take it. I mean, we're still going to be in second place, right? Because the Hawks are 43-7. So let's see how the final game of the month goes on the road against Timberwolves. Another win, another opponent under 100 points, 115-94. Levine, 31-10-7, 17-11 for Ayton, 18-7-6 for Suggs. Does he still hate me? He does, but that's up to a 7 now. 16 points, 8 rebounds for Holmes off the bench. Okay. All right, so it's February 1st. Let's take a quick look at the standings. Second place, 33-19, 10.5 games behind the Hawks. In the conference, we are fourth. Half a game behind the Bulls, a couple of games behind the Sixers. So we got a chance to move up to... I don't think we can finish any higher than fourth, right? Because of the way the playoff seedings work. Even if we finish second behind the Hawks, we're still going to be second place in our conference. So I think we're kind of destined for that number 4 spot if we keep playing well. Stats. Levine, 25 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists a game. He's doing everything we've needed him to do. Jalen Suggs having his best season, 18 points, almost 6 rebounds, 3.5 assists. I wish during the season it would split up their statistics here. So it shows you that in 39 games with Sacramento, he played 24 minutes a game, scored 16 points a game. With us, you can see total, he's played 50 games, so that means 11 with us. Right around the same number of minutes, right around the same number of points. So I wish it would split it up during the season so that you could see exactly how he did for you. But it looks like he's doing about the same for us as he did for Sacramento. Ayton's been phenomenal. 16 points, 12.5 rebounds, 2.5 steals, almost 2 blocks a game. Isaac doing Isaac things, 12 points, almost 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks per game. Reggie Jackson played 1 game and had 11 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. The rookie, 8 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. Giannini, 7.5 a game, 3 rebounds. Begarin, our backup point guard. And then, other than Tybal, players that we signed throughout the season. Tully's unhappy, but whatever, he can get over himself. So yeah, let's keep going. I don't know that I'm going to get through the end of the season, but I may get to maybe we get to March. Maybe we get to March 1st, and the next episode can be the rest of the regular season and the postseason. That might work. Maybe we do the next month. On the road against the Celtics, who are 20-6 at home, and we win 128-108. So we don't hold them under 100 points, but the offense is very good today. 44 points for Zach. Is Holmes hurt? Yeah, he's hurt. So we do it without Rashawn Holmes. Levine with 44. Suggs 16 points, 12 assists. 13 points in only 20 minutes of action for Ayton. 12 points for Lopez off the bench. Brook Lopez was a sneaky signing for us. February 3rd. We're getting up to the trade block or trade deadline, so get ready for all the messages down here in the bottom right. Big game here against the Magic, or against the 76ers at home. They're ahead of us in the standings and invalid roster setting. Not what we want. Multiple injuries going up against the Sixers. But what we're going to do is we're going to stick Tybal out there. Let him play this one, and it doesn't screw with our lineup that much. So we've got just a crazy good defensive front court. Let's see how it does. 122-102. That'll work. That will work. Oof, look at that. Embiid, 2 of 12 shooting. Simmons, 5 of 13. 10 of 11 for Ayton. 22 points for him. 21 for Suggs. 21 for Levine. 15 for Brook Lopez. 10 for Begarin. Let's go. Defense. You gotta love it. Oh, here we go. This is the big one, right? On the road. At Atlanta. Taking on the first place Hawks. Can we pull a little magic, so to speak, out of our hat? No, we can't. We kept it close. We lose by 6. I don't know. Holding that Hawks team to 107 points, I'll take it, man. 41 points for Young, 18 for Porter Jr., Lopez 22 off. We did it without Holmes, and maybe with Holmes it's a different story, but Lopez 22 points off the bench. Levine 24, 8 and 17 and 11. All right, so we lose that one, but that's fine. We should get Holmes back there. Here are the messages. Let's take a look at some of the transactions that were made today. Yusuf Nurkic back to the Trailblazers for Powell. Tobias Harris to the Bucks for Drew Holiday in a second. Sean DeValley and Marcus Smart traded to the Thunder for Derek White and a first. All right. On the road again, this time against the Pistons. 105-86 and more trades. I saw Jamal Murray get traded. We'll look at that in a second. We bounce back. Holmes is back, 24 and 11 off the bench. Giannini with 11. Levine, 29. Not a lot of scoring elsewhere. Suggs had 15, but a win's a win. Okay, error message. February 7th. Juwan Evans for Hernan Gomez. Murray, Bassey, Gordon to the Trailblazers for Damian Lillard and a first. So Dame time going to the Mile High City in exchange for Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon. Interesting deal made there by the Nuggets. Sixers trade Shake Milton to the Knicks for D'Angelo Russell and a second. And I think we're past the trade deadline. So now it's just sim. Let's just sim to March 1st and see what we get. We are at home now against the Wizards. 101-84. Yeah, our defense has been so good since we made those two deals. So good. We'll take a look at the insights again when we get to the end of the month. But balanced scoring. Nobody with more than 20, but 9 different players scored at least 4 points. Holmes is hurt again, huh? Okay. 19 and 14 for Ayton. Okay, so Holmes will be back after this day. And we are home against the Grizz. And that's a 115-106 win. And Adam Davis has suffered an injury. And it's never good when you get the notification like that. It usually means they're going to be out for, a week or two at a minimum. So Ayton, 24 points, 17 rebounds. Look at that. 24, 28, and 26 out of our quote-unquote big three. I'll take it. Let's see how long Davis is out for. 12 days, yeah. All right, so that means that Thibault, that's not what I wanted to do. That means Thibault is going to get some run here. So how do I want to do this? It's a weird split the way I have this set up. I mean, this one's easy. I can just do that. Let's see. Let's do that, and then that. That's fine. And then Begarin is out for how long? 3 days. So Begarin and Reggie Jackson can change. Davis can just move down here. In case we need a small forward, they'll go with Tully. Yep, that'll work. That'll work. Hopefully we don't have any games here for a couple of days. A team incident? Come on. What is going on? Why do our guys hate each other so much? Tony Davis and Willie Cauley-Stein. I don't care about either of those players. On the road against a bad Raptors team, and that's a 111-87 win. We started this episode 20-16. We are now 39-20. So that's 19-4 in this episode. I will take it. What do we got happening here? Suggs, 21 points, 12 rebounds, 8 in a double-double. Levine was 17. Isaac with an unusually empty box line for him. 14 points, 1 rebound. Holmes 15 and 13 off the bench. Reggie Jackson continues to just score buckets. Thibault, 9 points, 3 assists, 9 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. I will take it. I will take it. At home against the Hawks. Do we get Bagarin back for this one, or is he still out? Yeah, he's back. All right, so do that. At home against the Hawks. A big one here. Can we pull it out? No. The Hawks are going to be our bugaboo, man. We've been so good over the last month, with the exception of the Hawks. We lose by 1 point, and we were winning. I get outscored by 9 in the fourth quarter. That sucks. Capella with a monster game. 16 points, 22 rebounds, and 6 blocks. 35 and 13 for Trae Young. The one thing we have, I think, over the Hawks is they have absolutely no bench. Absolutely no bench. Seth Curry, Juan Toscano-Anderson, and whoever Jay Smith is. Jalen Smith. We're deeper. We have a better bench. So hopefully in a 7-game series, somebody gets hurt, we'll be better off. Who knows? But we get 23 from Isaac, 19 and 11 from Suggs, 18 and 10 from Ayton, 28 and 9 off the bench for Holmes. All right, so we lose back-to-back games to the Hawks. They're the only team we can't stop. Thibault wins the slam dunk competition. Michael Porter wins the three-point shooting competition. Let's see who's in the rookie and sophomore game. We should have at least one player there. The rookies. We don't have. Our rookie's hurt, right? We don't have anybody here either. Oh, no, Giannini. Giannini got the start, had 11 points. Who is this? Grundman, 36 points. Wow, for the Spurs. 7th pick overall. He's pretty good. Pretty good. All-Star game. We should have at least one, right? We should have at least one. There we go. We got Levine and Ayton. So we got our 2. So Zach, 9 of 10 shooting, 24 points. Antetokounmpo with a 50-burger in the All-Star game. Ayton plays 13 minutes, has 6 rebounds. Okay. All right. Well, good for us. 2 All-Stars. 2 All-Stars. I think we should have a few days here with with no games. Yeah, I think we get to the end of February. We'll look at team stats. We'll look at the league leaders. And then we'll call it an episode. And then next week's episode will be the end of the season and hopefully the playoffs. At home against the Nets, an invalid roster setting. Who is hurt now? DeAndre Ayton. Well, kick me in the junk. All right, so Ayton's back. Or Ayton's out. Excuse me. Davis, what are we going to do in the backcourt? So Lopez will be that guy, but Isaac's going to have to play more. Small forward, power forward. Yeah, I don't want Lopez playing that much. How big is Tully? 6'6", 199. Yeah, he is not a power forward, which means Cauley-Stein is going to have to get that run. But I don't want Thibault to not play. Giannini. So let's do this. Let's get Cauley-Stein. Some minutes at center. It's fine. And then what do I do with Thibault? What do I do with Matthias Thibault? I think let's just run like this for a few games and see how it works. 119, 111. And you can see immediately taking Ayton out of the center of our lineup how it affects things. We immediately give up 111 points. That being said, Brook Lopez had 31 points in 30 minutes for us. So I can't complain too much. Holmes actually played better off the bench than he did as a starter. But we get 20 points out of Isaac, 25, 6, and 8 out of Suggs, and we keep winning. We got the white screen. It'll come back here eventually. All right. I already looked at the box score. All right, so we are at home against the Thunder now. 123 to 102. Get a message. Hopefully it's just, this person's been great. Yeah, Jalen Suggs. Let's offer praise. His attitude increases. That's what I want. I want his attitude to increase. I want his attitude to improve. Where's the box score? Right there. 21 and 13 for Jalen, 22 for Zach, 15 for Holmes. Only plays 15 minutes, foul trouble. 17 and 10 for Davis. Cauley Stein with a double-double, 12 points, 13 rebounds. So some of these quote-unquote scrap heap players that we've signed have played pretty substantial roles for us this year. Cauley Stein, Lopez specifically. Reggie Jackson, when he got a couple of games to play, played pretty well. So we're 2-0 without Ayton. And we are at home now against the Rockets, 119 to 105, so 3-0 without Ayton. I mean, I don't want to get used to playing without DeAndre Ayton, but it's nice to know that we can. And especially now that we have Holmes, we have a legit starting center to put in his spot, which is obviously a big part of it. So 5 players in double figures. Levine, 22, 7, and 6. Suggs, 15 points, 8 rebounds, 3 steals. 19, 7, and 4 blocks for Holmes. 11 and 10 for Davis. 20 points, 7 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks for Isaac. 14 for Lopez off the bench. Again, complete team performances here. Do we have a game on the 28th, or are we done playing games this episode? We do not have a game. All right, now let's save. Let's go through the stats, and let's call it an episode. So let's look at the standings first. So we are 42 and 21. We have been playing just absolutely fantastic basketball. We have the second best record in the East, which again, I still think means we're going to end up, I guess we're a half game behind the 76ers. Still think we're going to end up with the 4 spot just because of how the divisional rankings work, or the conference rankings work when you get to the postseason. But 42 and 21. Opponents' points per game are down to 104. So we were 22nd in defense when this episode started. We're now 13th. There we go. So our defensive rating is now 6th. Our offensive rating is 3rd. Yeah, there we go. That works for me. The Hawks, their offense is just crazy. Almost 120 points a game. All right, let's take a look at the team stats real quick. I know we technically just did this, but we played through another month. Giannini's hurt. How long is he out for? 1 day. Levine's scoring down under 25 a game, but it's spread out more now, so I'm fine with that. Holmes has added another layer of offense. Jalen Suggs has picked up his offense as well. Is almost 19 points a game, 6 assists. Ayton, 16 points, 12 rebounds, almost 2 blocks a game. Isaac and Holmes both averaging 2 blocks per game. Ayton almost 2 blocks a game. Brook Lopez has been terrific, frankly. 9 points, almost 4 rebounds a game since we signed him. Adam Davis having a pretty good rookie campaign, almost 8 points, over 7 rebounds a game. Yeah, things are looking pretty good right now. We look at the league leaders. Antetokounmpo averaging 32 a game. There's Levine, number 9. Assists per game. Morant averaging 13.4. There's Suggs at number 16. Rebounds per game, Gobert at 14.9. Ayton is 4th at 12.1. Blocks per game, Isaac is 9th. Holmes is 12th. Ayton is 16th. Turner is averaging 5 blocks per game. LaMelo Ball leads the NBA in steals. Isaac is 6th. There's Thibault down there at 19th. Field goals attempted per game, Morant. Made per game, Antetokounmpo. Field goal percentage, Gobert. Holmes is 4th. 3-point attempts, Damian Lillard. Now of the Nuggets. Made per game, Lillard is number 1. 3-point percentage, Anthony Simmons of the Spurs. There's Adam Davis, number 4. Nice out of the rookie. Free throws attempted per game, Zion. Made per game, also Zion. Free throw percentage, Kyrie Irving, now of the Lakers. Turnovers per game, Zion Williamson, number 1. There's Levine, number 4. Player efficiency, Doncic, no surprise there. Levine is number 14. Double-doubles, Morant has 51. Ayton has 39. And triple-doubles. Do we have any triple-doubles this year? We do not. So, yeah, that is where I guess let's look at the league. So the Hawks, 52-10, best record in the NBA. So the 3 best records in the NBA all reside in the East. The Hawks, the Sixers, and the Magic. Lakers' best record in the West at 40-21. This is crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 6 best records in the NBA are in the East. The Hawks, the Sixers, the Magic, the Bulls, and the Pacers. 40-21, the best record out West. Worst record in the NBA, the Toronto Raptors at 16-46. Rockets, Clippers, Trailblazers, and Wizards round out your bottom 5. So that is going to do it for this episode. So next time, guys, we will finish up the regular season and hopefully make a long run through the postseason. Let me know what you think of the deals we made here to shore up the defense. I feel like it pretty clearly made a huge impact, but I want to know what you guys think. So I appreciate you watching, guys. I appreciate your support as always, and I'll talk to everybody soon. Bye-bye.